Alright, so I was not originally going to make this into a video, and I was just going to make it, I was going to make it a picture video. This is Western Red Cedar. It's a stump, so like a bottom of a tree. There you see I got an owl carved on it. I did it with my 170 with a regular bar on it without a carving bar. I do know the owl's a little bit thin, and this cedar had lots of, the bark went inside the wood. Hard to explain, but maybe you guys can see here. So this is when I started filming. I gotta still finish the piece. It's the cedar's pretty dry. It's from the mudslides that we just had here, the Hope mudslides. The owl's a little bit skinny at the bottom, but it's okay. It is what it is. It's a fantasy owl. This is going to be a planter, so that hole drills all the way through into the backside. I'm not too sure if I want to carve the backside yet. Maybe you guys can decide for me. Here's my Stihl 551 that all my subscribers helped me buy. The first fuel injected chainsaw. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to be cutting the bottom flat. I'm just kind of doing it real time to let you guys see like real stuff that happens off screen. Because I just put sawdust underneath it, some wedges. It was sitting really crooked, like it almost wouldn't even stand up. So I gotta cut the bottom flat. I should have done it before I started the piece, but I didn't have a bigger saw here. But so there I'm just cleaning up off the bottom, like if there's any rocks or anything on there, sand or whatever. And yeah, that owl is, the log did go as high as that owl. I just cut that out. I cut it too thin at the bottom. I wasn't really paying attention, because when you use a normal bar, like carving bars turn a lot more in the wood, and normal bars don't turn so much in the wood, and maybe I tried to turn the normal bar too much, and it wasn't cutting all the way through. Anyways, I'm tired of making excuses for that owl. It's just a skinny fantasy owl. That's the bottom line. So here I am, just there's no on switch, just give it 5 pumps with your little fuel thing there, and start her up. Like there's no carburetor or nothing. It's still a very new saw to me. It's my biggest saw by all means. It's my 551 fuel injected. This thing's got power. I think it's got like 82 cc's or 78 cc's. Don't hold it. It's one of those two numbers. So there you see, I'm still kind of holding on to it. You'll see how the slice is like it's like a pizza slice. It's not even, so it will sit a lot flatter now. See that? So always before you start your pieces, try and make them sit flat, because you don't want to have to do it after you've done carving, and your piece is done. Because you know you might have to lay your piece on its side. It might get dented or something like that. This cedar's pretty soft wood too. This Western Red Cedar is soft cedar. This piece, basically any of the Hope stuff that I've gotten has been pretty soft. So here's just kind of me doing some real-time stuff. Here I'm pulling out that new jack I got. I had to replace my first jack because I didn't show it in the video, but it did not go down. It would pump up, but you'd have to click the trigger to let it come down like 1,000 times to get it down. So it was a faulty jack, so I had to return it. I don't have the wood on this one yet. I think it was like $320. So make sure when you buy a jack like this, everybody, keep your receipt, because like I didn't have my receipt, and I had holes drilled through the metal part too, so luckily they didn't really. I put the rubber mat that came with it back on it and put it in the box. Luckily I saved the box, because I think I bought it like 3 months before I used it, so I took it back 3 months later. So anyways, but it's a great investment. I've upgraded a few of my carving tools for this summer. This winter, when I made all that money carving those trees. So it's a back saver is what it is. You know, you don't have to lift a heavy piece onto your jaw horse, or you don't have to bend over to try and get the lower parts of the carving. It's a mint tool for anybody that's doing any heavier carvings. It's worth the money if you can afford it. So here's the quicker die grinder that I'm going to be using, the Makita. So you can see here the wood, that's the water wood, but it's inside of it. So there's like rot inside of it, but not inside of it. It's hard to explain. It's like the bark travels all the way up through it, inside the wood. And so it's all blocked out pretty well. So in this video, I'm just going to be basically using the die grinders and cleaning it up. So this is the quicker diner. There's a burnt out Kutzall. 1/4 inch burrs go on these die grinders. Here's the model number. DG8, what was it? DG, I don't know, you take a screenshot of that because there's two with the silver handle. There you go. 800C. There's two die grinders that have the silver handle. There's my new helmet. This thing's like $600, but it's worth every penny. And it goes around your face. You can have a beard or you can have a beard and it wraps around your face because it pushes the air in. And watch this. That's the on-off. Oops. Oopsies. So that's the on-off button, and it's rechargeable. So it pushes air in. It doesn't keep the air out. Yep, that's the red button. So here's a super time lapse. Just me cleaning up with the die grinder. But like I'll say now, so when you're looking at, make sure you get the 800C, because when you get that Makita Die Grinder with the silver handle, there's two models of it. Like there's a slower speed with more torque and a higher speed with well, less torque, higher speed. So be careful when you buy that. And it's more expensive than your standard Makita black handle die grinder, but this thing just friggin' rips. You know, you can see how you gotta hold on to this sucker. I am wearing gloves here. I don't suggest wearing gloves when you use your Dremels or your Fordhams because you don't want it to catch on your glove. But there's a quick peek at it, kind of getting cleaned up here. Since I'm putting gloves, because I anchor my knuckles on the wood when I'm using this sometimes, right? I got a different burr in there. It's a metalworking burr to clean up and get in the deep spots. I'll show you guys in a bit. But yeah, because I use my knuckles to plant my hand on the piece so I can dig in. That's why I got the gloves, because it hurts it cuts your knuckles after a while. Look at that gut. Look at that gut I got right now. It's because I've been eating friggin' too much while I recluse myself to my house for like a month, just doing Dremel carvings. And I bought some chocolate ice cream and some Coke, so I've been having chocolate ice cream and Coke Sundays. One night I had a Sunday and I thought my stomach was gonna catch on fire from the acid, and it was just like, that's it, no more of these floats. But I'll probably go make one when I'm done this voiceover here. Just Carve Rob told me I had to film, and if I didn't film he would probably unsubscribe me, so I decided I'd do a quick voiceover video. Just kidding. Love you, Just Carve Rob. Love those wood spirits that you're doing. And just to clarify it, I don't tell Rob to do anything. I just give him suggestions for him to just kind of break into different styles and stuff like that. So here it is. I think it's going on point so far. You know, every time I look at that owl, look at my friends over there. Every time I look at that owl, it just drives me nuts, but I gotta stop looking at it. I didn't finish the owl in this video. I'll do a quick video tomorrow, carving eyes and whatever. So look at the different colors in the cedar, right? It's hard to see on camera, but you can see the depth I got in there in those leaves. And this time I'm making like the lines inside the leaves, like the what are the vein lines. So here's a die grinder. Sorry, just a regular grinder with 36 grit sandpaper on there. Sanding everything up. This probably takes me about 20 minutes, but this time lapse makes it go by so quick. But look at all that dust. I didn't taste sawdust once. So look at that old cottonwood tree. It's kind of a dark day today. But there's my buddy Scott that lives at the house here where I carve. He pulled out that big log for me. That big cedar log. It's an old dock, like it used to float underwater. So it's been preserved. So that's my next project. It's going to be a big wishing well. It's gonna be about 9 or 10 feet tall when I'm done it. I got a metal detector. I'm gonna scan it for metal, for big old bolts that are in there. But anyways, let's go see what's going on here. What's going on? There's the green man. Green mans are fun to do. You can put the leaves anywhere you want to put them. Just have fun. That's what it's about. I only carve things I like have fun carving. There I drew the eyes on. See, that's those black. That's the bark inside, way deep inside the wood. Like it was inside the cedar. You look at the cedar before, and I don't know if I want to carve the back of this piece or not. See that drain hole? I'm thinking about making like a water fountain come down. Like maybe it could be leaves. Like I seen a friend do it, like lateral leaves on each side, 1 2 1 2 1 2. But if somebody, you think this piece here, somebody's just gonna have it so they can see the green man and the owl. They probably won't be looking at the back piece. Here's that. This is the metal working burr. It is a 1/4 inch. The 1/4 inch do not fit in your Dremels, everybody. They fit in your Fordhams or your die grinders. So I'm just going to do some quick, I guess that'd be called tree veins. There's some quick eyes I punched in. They're not perfect, but they're good enough. They say what it is. So yeah, here's the, I'm trying to get this to burn at the same time. This is my other Makita Die Grinder. It's slower. That's the more affordable one, because the other one's like, I don't know, $300 or $400, but this is the more affordable one. And but if I did put that metalworking burr on my faster one, you see I'm pushing down trying to get it to burn. You'll see it smoking there, but it's not really burning. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little 125 Dremel bit on my 4300, and I'm going to burn some lines inside those leaf veins. I haven't really done the leaf veins too much. I don't have patience, but I somewhat tried to take my time on this. I think I got, let's see, like 6 hours into this piece now. Because I would go there like for 2 days in a row, spend 2 hours, kind of just putter around. I'm not trying to make it a speed carving or anything like that. I'm just trying to enjoy it and make it look a bit better than some of my normal stuff. This torch, this is a turbo torch. I just bought it. It was not cheap. I got it on Amazon. But this turbo torch, the turbo torches, in my opinion, blow the hottest. Means like, so that blue torch on the end there is the hottest. It's a turbo torch. You can see the number there. But yeah, it's not cheap. But let me tell you, it burns hotter than any other torch that than the Benzomatics or any other torch I had. I did have another turbo torch, but the seals busted and the propane was coming out of the side there, so I had to upgrade to a new one. And I'm glad I got this one. You know, I kind of clinched when I bought it on Amazon, but then when I got it and I tried it, and I'm like, it's a great investment. Yeah, burns way hotter than any other torch I've tried. I don't know if it's in my Amazon store or not. You can look. And what I'm doing is I'm burning all the deep spots. You see how that makes the leaves look more, well, deeper? And I give them shadow lines too. And in a second here, I'll show you all the tools that I pulled out to use today. So there's my 2511. Didn't use it, didn't do anything. There's my chainsaw sharpener, the diamond bit. Here's my 36 grit sander. There's the die grinder. My air gun, Makita 4300. I'll be using that tomorrow to finish the owl and stuff. My finger sander. Here's a new weapon to the arsenal. There is a Blair sanding mandrel he made me with the chuck. That's just PVC pipe on there, and my new, the new drill. This drill spins way faster. So what's that? Flap sander. This is the, see, Pete put that chuck on the end of the that metal high-speed steel there. Works awesome. I didn't really show me using it too much. I thought I was filming, but I didn't. There's me doing some more burning. But that new drill, it was like $88, and I have that DeWalt older drill. I slow it down here, but this drill spins a lot faster. And like Ryan Cook told me, he says when you're using that Sandoflex, you want a drill that spins faster. So this drill does spin way faster than my DeWalt. The Warrior drill that I've used for like 4 years. I haven't been able to kill, but it makes the Sandoflex last way longer and sands so much faster. It's just wicked. So here I am, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll talk about that. Pete's going to be selling those mandrels I think another site sells them. I got one coming actually, and they're like $90 American. Pete's gonna be. It's got a chuck on the end. You'll see it. Here's me lowering the piece. It lows nice and slow, so that's good. But Pete's gonna be selling them, I think, for $40 American plus shipping. So I'm gonna show it more on the. I'm not making any money from this, from Pete selling those things. Pete make a few bucks. Well, at least he can make a few bucks on those. A lot more money than on the little mandrels he makes. But it's worked wicked today. There it is. There's the green man. I didn't carve the leaves too low because I like the way that cedar was naturally there. I don't know if I'll give him pupils. Don't think he needs it. See that? Those marks are from the Sandoflex itself. You'll see little black marks. I'll clean that up tomorrow. Just have fun when you do it. Just carve a wood spirit, but make everything else leaves. Who cares if the leaves aren't perfect? Mine aren't. I should have finished it today. But I was just kind of like, that's it. I'm not rushing anything. I'm just having fun. And I'm sore as hell right now, too. So here's the back. You think I should carve it or just clean it up more and just leave it the way it is? I don't think it's going to be a viewpoint for anybody. I got another log out there too. I didn't show it, but it's bigger than this. Not that big one that I showed. It's bigger than this. You guys think I should carve like an eagle on it and another green man like this guy? Maybe carve wood spirits all the way around it, just like my crazy carving fusion stuff? Let me know in the comments. So I don't want to carve the back of this. I'm not going to carve the back of it. But what about that other log that I got out there? It's wider and it's taller. Now I got to do the talons tomorrow too. Boy, I wish I did them today. I left I get owls and stuff bore me. The only time I'm having a lot of fun is when I'm doing wood spirits. So I should have done the stuff that bores me first. Look at all my friends. I don't think anybody's ever going to buy that big guy. So here's the Peter Blair sanding mandrel. See that chuck on there? And because he screws and glues that metal rod into that chuck, and then he has to taper the. Sorry, I don't know what happened there, but my recorder stopped. I'm glad I didn't have to do this whole voiceover again. But Pete's email, if you want to talk to him about this, it's awesome. If you want to talk to him about this, you can send him an email down. His Peter Blair email will be listed below. $40 American. He'll ship worldwide, but we're not too sure what the shipping's going to be. So anyways, that's it for this one. See you on the next one.